Hi, I'm Elike and this is our van Sunny. In this video we are going to show you how we converted it from a tin top to a pop top.
We finally managed to get our hands on a second-hand Westfalia pop top. It took us almost a year to find this specific pop top, as they are becoming increasingly rare. So we were super excited that we finally found one. This Westfalia pop top roof is special in the sense that it was originally designed for an aftermarket conversion to a pop top, so it was exactly what we needed. Trust me when I say that saves a lot of time and effort, especially in the welding work. We also found this template online that helped us out by marking where to cut a hole in our roof. We were once again very lucky to receive the help of Wim, my dad. He owns this blue T3 van that you might have seen in an earlier video. It came in quite handy as a reassurance that we were cutting the hole in exactly the right spot.
While the conversion to a pop top isn't officially labeled as rocket science, precision does pay off when cutting a hole in your roof. To ensure accuracy, I modified our template by cutting out the corners for the hole. I used the rooftop ribs drawn inside the hole as reference points, allowing us to position the template precisely later on. The template also indicated the middle line, enabling a symmetrical cut later on. I cut those on the template as well, making the middle line we drew visible. While I was cutting the template, Joost and Wim took on the noble task of drawing the middle line on the van's roof. They used sewing measurement tape to follow the natural curve of the roof. The challenge was that there was no obvious starting point for measurements, leaving room for interpretation. By measuring each section multiple times, we managed to establish the proper middle line. To be extra certain that we had the correct middle line, we cross-referenced it by pulling a thread lightly across the roof, ensuring every measurement point aligned before drawing the definitive line. In the meantime, I was cleaning the frame that we would later fit into the hole. It had a lot of sealant on it from its previous use, which I removed. Now, armed with the middle line and reference points from the template, we could position it on the roof, using the reference points we created. Using the corners from the template, we drew the shape of the hole on the van. We were fairly certain that we had the perfect positioning for our hole cutout. If you're doing this without a template, you can use the support beams on the inside as a reference, ensuring your cutout stays within these beams. To be certain not to make mistakes, we used the aftermarket riveting frame to check. It turned out the hole on the template was actually too small for that, possibly to avoid cutting too big. So we went ahead and cut the hole to the size that we had drawn out. This was super scary, as you realize that once you make the cut, there is no going back. Wim was happy to make the first cut for us. We suspect it has something to do with the fact that it wasn't his van that he was cutting up. Either way, we were happy that he did it, because it would have taken us way longer to make the initial cut for sure.
For cutting the hole we opted for a jigsaw. To get started we first had to drill a hole to make the blade fit. To prevent damage to the paint we taped the roof before using the jigsaw. While we briefly experimented with the grinder, it quickly became evident that the jigsaw provided a much cleaner cut. The grinder tended to burn the paint around the cut, something that we certainly wanted to avoid. Just don't use a grinder. Although the jigsaw faced some challenges cutting through the uneven roof ribs, overall the process went smoothly. As predicted, the frame didn't fit the hole initially as it was too small, so we adjusted the size until we were satisfied with the fit of the frame. This was the most tedious part of the process, requiring many tries to make it fit perfectly. We calculated that the hole on the template was 1.5 cm too small compared to the official Westfalia aftermarket DIY frame. Still, we didn't want to cut away too much all at once, so we enlarged it little by little. The payoff was great when it finally fit. I was so relieved that it worked out in the end. It felt like the hardest part of this conversion was finally done. At least, there is no turning back anymore. This process took us about a day as we took our time to measure everything out completely.
This is also a nice place to finish the first part of the pop-top conversion. Stay tuned for the next part where we'll showcase how we fitted the roof and the hinges onto the van. Now if you like this video, hit the subscribe button and let us know in the comments.